everybody. Today I'm sharing a question that I got from a viewer and the answer that I gave her, because I gave her this answer last night and I woke up this morning. I was like, I should share this as a video in and of itself, because for any life situation that arises, any challenge, any unwanted circumstance that is at play in our experience, the answer applies to all of it. And sometimes we forget. So I want to share this as a way to remember who we truly are, and a perspective that I continuously share with clients and viewers, and in a lot of my videos, that I wanted to focus on in this video. So here's the question. She said, I have a question about manifesting. Like you said, being a vibrational match to what you want is what you need to attract it into your reality. I've experienced that in many situations, but I also have some things that I cannot attract into my reality. One is my dream body. No matter how high my vibration is, I am not sure that if it's because I'm not being as high as I think I am on those topics, or is it that other things those law of attraction teachers talk about, like resistance or lack of detachment, would like, etc. Would like to hear your take on that. Thank you. Stay high. And I will just read what I shared with her, and I'll maybe expound on it a little bit. But I said to her, step one, tell a new story, beautiful soul. So I said the old story is, I also have some things I cannot attract into my reality. One is my dream body, no matter how high my vibration is. That's the old story. And many of us, when we're asking a question or when we're contemplating a life situation or life circumstance, we are continuously contemplating it from the old story. And there's a new story waiting to be told by you. And you're the only one who can tell the new story. And I would invite, as I read what I shared with her, I shared with her an example of how I would retell her story in a new perspective. Now, she can find her own words, of course. But I would invite any of you that are listening, look at whatever situation has arisen for you, or whatever circumstance you're in that you would love to see evolve to something different, that you would love to see shift or change in some way, some desired reality that you have. What is your new story on it? So many times we can very easily articulate the old story. And when I say old story, I mean the story that was 10 minutes ago. On the live cast that I did this past weekend, one of the viewers shared, I seem to constantly be attracting manipulative men. And I'm like, well, that's a story. If you keep telling it, you'll keep having that experience. And I invited her to tell a new story. And what I shared with her, with what I'll share here as well, is I don't care if the situation happened 10 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago, 10 seconds ago. That's an old story. This is a new moment within which you can tell a brand new story. We get a new chance every second of the day. We get a new chance every minute of the day. We get a new beginning every second of the day. And in every second of the day, you get an opportunity to come up with a new story. And so this is what I wrote as I was thinking about her situation as a new story. New story goes, I'm appreciating the opportunity to look within this experience, to see what it is here to show me. As I become more aware of what it is here to show me, what it is here to evolve within me, what it is here to expand within me, I look forward to both the inner and the outer transformations that will be birthed from this reality into the next reality. The new reality is that which I am surely moving into, moment by moment, day by day, as my awareness and alignment expands. This will be an exciting journey because I choose to experience it as exciting. I look forward to the immense physical, mental, and emotional evolution that is ahead for me because of this gift of potentiality. This is the thing. Whatever situation or circumstance is arising, it is a gift of potentiality. It's a gift that says, here's a gift for you to see what can potentially come out of this experience, right? So I'm looking forward to the emotional and physical, mental, and emotional evolution that is ahead for me because of this gift of potentiality that many others experience or reject as unwanted. I choose to explore this gift, this journey with curiosity, savoring the many insights, the points of clarity, the learning, and the growth and the expansion that lies within it. For many, this may only be a desire for physical change, because she's talking about physical changes in her body that she desires, right? For me, I know it is here to expand all aspects of who I am, and I am so looking forward to the wholeness of this already blossoming journey and blossoming expansion. So you can write your own story. Just like I sat down and rewrote her story based on what she shared, all of you can look at an experience that you're having right now and choose to write a new story. Get your pen, get a new paper, get a fresh sheet of paper and say, I'm writing my new story right now. And when you give yourself the space to articulate your new story, you instantly begin to move into that new story. She can find her own words for her own new story. But as she finds those words, and as she articulates those words, and as she writes those words, and as she experiences the emotion of those words, like I was reading this with emotion because as I was writing it, I was feeling this on her behalf, right? So you can feel into your new story. It's not just words. I'm not just suggesting that you find words. I'm suggesting that you identify with your new story in this new moment, in this new second that you've got to create a new experience for yourself by the way you choose to articulate it, right? And then I said to her, step 2 is choose to never utter the old story again. We are so used to saying to people, yeah, I'm still experiencing this, but I'm looking forward to something else. Why are you even talking about the old thing? Choose to see it as gone past history. I don't care if it was 10 seconds ago, it's still history, right? Choose to never articulate those old stories again. Because what we do is a situation happened 10 minutes ago, 10 seconds ago, 10 days ago, 10 years ago. And we keep reaching back into the past and dragging it into the present moment. Well, the more you reach back and drag it into the present moment, the more it continues to be your present reality. But when you create a new story, new pen and paper, okay? New page, okay? You can write that new story and live into that new story. So I said to her, step 2, choose to never utter the old story again, verbally, mentally, and emotionally, because sometimes even though we're not speaking it, we're constantly thinking the old story. Find the new story to identify with. And I shared with her, if it arises, which it may, if the old story arises again, mentally, emotionally arises again, which it may, because there is some vibrational momentum there. Sometimes the thing we have practiced for years, for months, for days, whatever, that we've repeatedly said to ourselves, it has built up some momentum. And because it has built up some momentum, law of attraction just keeps bringing it back to us because it's active in our vibration. But the more you retell the new story, the more you deactivate the old story, right? So I shared with her that it may arise because there have been some vibrational momentum from the past. When it arises, thank it for allowing you the opportunity to retell the new story again, differently, yet again, so you can experience it differently as your new reality blossoms. The minute you begin to express your new reality, it is blossoming in your life experience. The minute you write it, the minute you say it, the minute you envision it, it is coming into your experience. We just need to continue to identify with that. And I was explaining to her what resistance is and what attachment is. So I'll share that here as well. I said resistance simply means seeing life and situations in a way that is different or contrary to the way in which it is viewed by your inner being, by source, by spirit. We feel the discord, we feel the disharmony because we're not seeing it in the way that source sees it, in the way that infinite intelligence sees it, in the way that our inner being sees it. So we get discomfort because we're not seeing it. We're not seeing the potentiality in the way that source sees it, right? And I added, so releasing resistance is shifting to the new story. All experiences are valid and are here for us to experience the learning, the growth that our souls intended before we arrived here. And I truly believe that everything that we call adversity, challenge, problem, whatever, is here for our greater expansion, for our greater awareness, for the birthing of a new reality for ourselves. And the more we see it that way, the more we move into that experience. I also shared with her what attachment means. Attachment means we need something to change in order for us to feel complete joy, contentment, peace, etc. There is nothing in this earthly experience that we actually need in order to tap into our birthright, which is our natural state of well-being, which is indeed joy, peace, and contentment. Our decision to see ourselves through the eyes of Source, to align ourselves with the perspective of Source, to remember who we truly are, naturally allows us to release attachment. And in that releasing, joy, peace, contentment naturally arises no matter what circumstances exist. And that is so true. If we continuously see ourselves through the eyes of Source, we are not as bogged down by the earthly experiences that we're having. And when we, like, you don't need a lover to be okay in life. You don't need $1 million to be okay in life. You don't even need $10 to be okay in life. Even in those experiences of lack, you can find your joy. You can find the potentiality in that. Well, I must be experiencing this so that I can begin to tap into the power that I truly am. This is probably occurring for me to begin to see the patterns with which I've been living, and to reframe those patterns, to change those patterns, to move into a new direction, so I can become an example among my family, among my friends, of what you can do with your life. You can choose to see it in that way, right? And in seeing it that way, you remain in that sense of well-being. You remain in that sense of seeing all that is possible, no matter what is currently at play in your life experience. So when we get there, we release attachment. We don't feel like we need to have a slimmer body in order to feel peace and joy. There are plus size models making money from their bigger bodies. Hello. Okay, when you see your body and you go, this is just a temporary thing anyway. This entire body is a temporary thing, right? This is just a temporary thing anyway. If you desire a slimmer body, a fitter body, a healthier body, that's totally fine. But don't focus on what is present. Focus on the potentiality, the what is possible. When we shift to what is possible, we also shift to celebrating what is ahead, and celebrating the journey that we're in, and celebrating, maybe I'm getting to experience this so I can be an example to others. Maybe I'm getting to experience this so I can tell my story to others of how I journeyed through this challenge, of how I journeyed through this experience and came out on the other side. Maybe this is occurring so I can be a light in the world. When you start seeing it that way, the whole thing shifts. Your whole reality shifts. Your whole experience shifts, and you don't have this attachment. Like, I don't need to be slim today in order to experience joy. I don't need to be skinny to experience well-being. You know what I mean? You can, I watched a video on YouTube with a woman who has a very plus size body. Like, she's not a model, but she's teaching yoga with her very, very, what we would call overweight body. And she is confident, and she's doing those yoga poses with that huge body that others would call obese or whatever. And she's just being a light in the world. She's saying, I don't care what the size of my body is. I am going to be a light in this. And she's teaching yoga. Hello, people, you know? So how you see yourself is how you become in the world. So see yourself as in a different way. Even when you look at that body in the mirror, or maybe don't even bother looking at the body in the mirror. Look at the potential. Look at what's possible, and stop looking at what is presently occurring in your experience. And that can shift. That can really totally shift. But that's it for this video. Create your new story. Tell your new story. What is your new story? Practice writing it, sharing it, telling it. As you think about the thing that you want to change and shift, write your new story around it. Write your new story around it. You can. You have the ability to do that. All of you have the ability to do that. Start doing that more and more. And that's it for this video. I'll be back whenever with more. Bye for now.
Thanks everyone for joining me for another video. I just wanted to remind you to take what resonates and discard what does not, because your inner being, soul, and higher self knows what is relevant for you at this point in your human journey. If you'd like to connect with me personally about whatever is going on for you, you can go to AllisonPhillips.tv/connect. If you're looking for more videos and audios, there are some more at AllisonPhillips.tv/downloads. And I'll see you guys in the next video.